Yo people, and we're back with another video, yeah? And today, yeah, just going to be talking a bit about the Odegaard injury and what I would do personally going into the Spurs game. And I don't want to think so far ahead to the Man City game, but I think what I'm thinking, it can kind of work in the Man City game as well. But we're going to be focusing mainly on, you get me, the Spurs game, the North London derby, our next fixture, which is on Sunday. Be there or be square, you know what I'm saying. But before that, yeah, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. We're trying to grow the community. If you can, drop a like right now. Just drop a like. You see it's there, innit? Drop a like. And a comment. Algorithm gang. It helps push the content out there to all the beautiful people in the world. So, Odegaard injury. So, if you've been living under a rock, you don't know, basically, Odegaard did an absolute mazzoline to his ankle yesterday on international duty for Norway. Now, first and foremost, FIFA got blood on their hands in it because there shouldn't even be a Nations League. Nobody wants it. Nobody cares. We was happy with, at least from a European perspective, we was happy of every 2 years, Euros, and then the next 2 years, World Cup. We was happy. We was cool. We was fine. And then obviously we get to watch the Copa America as well, and we get to watch the AFCON, and we was cool with international football. But they went, let's do this Nations League that no one cares about, increase the load on footballers and increase the chances of them being injured. So, and all due respect, Odegaard plays for a team that's never going to win a Euros or World Cup in it. All due respect. They got some wavy ballers, but it's just never going to happen. So, yeah, FIFA got blood in their hands. But Arsenal are also culpable. Because, and you know, I said it when the transfer window closed, is Edu said I wouldn't be disappointed. In the end, I was very disappointed. We didn't strengthen enough. What happens if Odegaard gets injured? What do we do? Like, what happens if our captain gets injured? What do we do? These are the things that they should have been planning for and executed in this summer transfer window. Because to not have, I guess, a like-for-like replacement for Odegaard that is experienced and, do you know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong, Ranieri can play the 10, but Ranieri's not played Premier League football really. He's never started in big games, so we don't know what he will do. Maybe it could be a Jack Wilshere thing. Come in young, boss it, and it's all fine, innit? But on the flip side, he could come in, shit the bed, and then GG's in it, game, set, and match. But Arsenal are also culpable because in the game against Brighton, Odegaard, he got a knock. Do you know what I mean? He got a little, you know what I mean? Discomfort didn't look right. Why didn't they just go, oh yeah, Norway, yeah, Odegaard, he's staying with us in London. We need to do some more checks. We need to make sure everything's fine. You know, he's not feeling too great. We don't want to risk it. That's what they had to do. But oh no. We always have to be Mr. Nice Guy. Oh, that's cool, Norway. Take him. Yeah, take him. and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the knock that he picked up against Brighton is why he got injured. But it was a reason and an excuse you could have used to not send him, which means he doesn't play for Norway, which means he doesn't get injured, which means we're not in his position. Do you know what I mean? So, and I can't lie, yeah, Odegaard is such an integral player to Arsenal, yeah? Like, he's, if not our most creative, he's one of the most, defo top 3 in the Arsenal squad for creating chances. He's the guy, his link up with Saka on the right is what gives us as much life as we've been getting over the years. That's gone now. I think probably for a few months, because I can't lie, I saw an image today of him in crutches. So whenever I see man in crutches, I know that it's not a 1 week, 2 week thing. Um, and his leadership, he definitely leads by example on the pitch, and his pressing ability and work rate. Like, those are really difficult things to substitute. Like, sure, you can bring in someone that can maybe do part of what he does, but all of what he does, do you know what I mean? And a lot of people say that he goes ghost, but even in the games where you could quote unquote he goes ghost, he's still pressing insane, triggering the press, like working hard, like guiding players on the pitch, like directing players what to do. Like, it's not always just about, oh, okay, get me a goal, get me an assist. Like, there's other things that he does on the pitch, yeah, that we're not gonna have for a few months now. So it's annoying. It is. I can't lie. It's annoying, but more so than annoying, it's sad because Odegaard's one of my favorite players, like in football. He has been for a while. I wanted him before Real Madrid got him. Like, I love this guy. Like, he's such a baller. He's actually just such a baller. Even though Arteta's kind of transformed him and he's not really a traditional 10, I would say he's more of a creative 8. He's definitely the last of a dying breed because there's not really too many tens anymore, to be honest. At least the tens that I know, in it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but we have to hold it, and I guess this is something that people will say, and I accept the challenge. Is if you're the big boy club and you want to win the league, you have to be able to deal with scenarios like this. You have to still be able to do things and push up the table and fight for the league if some of your best players get injured. Like, I looked to Man City last season. De Bruyne was gone for time. Haaland had a spell out, but they still won the league. So I don't think any Arsenal fan could use this as an excuse. I definitely won't be. But it's just something that the club should have had a plan B. Like, I shouldn't be having to sit here, yeah, theory crafting, yeah, what Arsenal should be doing now Odegaard is no longer available. Do you know what I mean? So I don't personally think that we need Odegaard for the Tottenham game. People that know me know I just don't rate Tottenham at all. Like, and maybe it's because I grew up in North London, grew up not too far from the Tottenham ground, no bare Tottenham fans. Like there's times I would just leave families' houses and just bare Tottenham fans on the streets. Like, literally, I had family members that lived like right next to the ground. I'm talking like on the road. So like, Tottenham is a club that's always been around me, innit? So, and obviously as an Arsenal fan, like, there's always been that North London rivalry. Like, as an Arsenal fan, and I'm pretty sure as a Tottenham fan as well, as soon as the fixture list comes out, the first game you look for is the Tottenham game. Oh, when's the North London derby? It's just, do you know what I mean? We're rivals. But they've just never, do you know what I mean? They're little bros. Like, they've always been in Big Brother's shadow. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, when you're young, yeah, and you go to like the family functions, innit? And there's the older cousins, and you maybe got older brother, older sister, and all the older siblings. Yeah, they're all chilling with each other, doing older stuff, and you're young, and you want to be like doing what they're doing, but you can't because you're young. Can't vibes with the older lot. That's Tottenham. They can't vibes with the big bro. They got to chill with Wolves and Wigan and Leicester and Everton and them, man. That's them. That's them, man. Do you know what I mean? But big bros, they can't swing with them. So look, like, in all fairness, over the at least this season, I've watched all of Tottenham's games, and they've played well. They've controlled games. They've played nice football. They've created a lot of chances, but barring the Everton game, which is basically a free hit because Everton are dead, they've struggled to put the ball in the back of the net. Struggled. Like, they scored 1 goal against Leicester, and that was a Porro worldie. Like, they're not like you can't rely on worldies in it. They're not always recreatable, especially from a right back. And then you got against Newcastle, but it was a Dan Burn own goal. Wait. Yeah, it was Dan Burn. Dan Burn own goal. They didn't score. But so why would I think, yeah, that they're gonna score bare goals against Arsenal when they can't score bare goals against Leicester and Newcastle? It just don't add up. Like, hello, like Arsenal defensively is better than both Leicester and Newcastle, leaps and bounds above, leaps and bounds. Not even close. Not even close at all. So, and the defense is the one area where nobody's missing. I mean, touch wood, touch wood. I know Calafiori picked up a knock, but I don't think it's that serious. And Calafiori's not a starter, or at least he hasn't been so far this season. So, him having a knock, maybe having to sit on the bench. He's been sitting on the bench anyway. We don't really lose much. Do you know what I mean? And I swear down, England are playing tonight, and I promise you, if I see anything happen to Saka, I will lose my mind. I will absolutely lose my mind. I can't lie, I'll lose my mind. Like, my head will go into space. I won't lie, yesterday, my head was hot. My head was hot. I won't even lie. I was Mars, like fire and flames, burning sauna vibes. It was crazy. Cloudy. I couldn't think straight. I won't lie, because I was that triggered by what happened to Odegaard. But look, onto the game. This is what I think Arsenal should do, yeah? And you should see it come up on the screen now. This is just a little lineup that I created. I don't necessarily think that Arteta will do this, but if I was Arteta, this is what I would do, innit? So, I guess if you agree with this, maybe we got to find a way to get me to become the next manager of Arsenal, innit? Because I think this team balls out against Tottenham, and I think it does a job against Man City as well. And I'll explain why. So, in goal, I've got Raya, normal. Do you know what I mean? I've got Saliba and Gabriel centre back, again, normal, expected. Ben White, right back, normal, expected. Timber, left back, normal, expected. Now, I would play a double pivot of Zinchenko and Partey. The reason why I'm playing Zinchenko ahead of Jorginho is because versus Tottenham, yeah, players running at Jorginho is long. And because Declan Rice is not there, yeah, the moment that they get past Jorginho, if Partey is ahead of him, long. It's long. It's a long day. It's a real long day, because Jorginho's not getting back. And don't get me wrong, Zinchenko's not fast. He's not the fastest, but he's definitely more agile than Jorginho. And on top of that, with Zinchenko playing in the midfield, we can effectively what could effectively happen is when Timber inverts, Zinchenko could push up, and then Jesus could push up, and then we would effectively, in possession, we could play a 4-2-4. Do you know what I mean? So to make it make more sense, Jesus is my number 10. That's who I play number 10. I'll explain why, but first, back onto this point. So when Timber, sorry, not 4-2-4, why am I chatting shit? So a 3-2, it's mad trying to think of it. Don't worry, I'll basically explain. So Timber comes into the midfield, and then there'll be Timber and Partey in the double pivot. Zinchenko pushes forward into where Jesus is in the 10. I guess he gets more of a free roam. Jesus can push up, and then we can have Havertz and Jesus as the two strikers, and then Saka and Sterling on either side in possession. So then we become a mad attacking threat. And Zinchenko is someone who can find those passes. He is really creative, and it would kind of be like a left-sided Odegaard to a degree. Now Jesus, why I've got Jesus in the 10. So after Odegaard, Jesus is our best player at link-up. That can play in this position. Best player at link-up. He's arguably our most creative player in terms of ability to create. Like, he's really techie. Like, he holds up the ball well. He tries to beat players. You know, he finds the pass before taking the shot. Like, he's just that type of player, right? And he's also really good at triggering the press. I think he's the best option we could put there at triggering the press. Personally, you know, outside of Odegaard, Jesus is the next person who's always triggering the press. So you wouldn't lose too much from Odegaard not being there, putting Jesus there, in my opinion. Obviously, I've gone with Sterling on the left because Martinelli's playing dead at the moment. Trossard is he's more effective off the bench, and I feel like Sterling is someone who would make teams not be able to just by default go, okay, everybody on Saka, he's got the ball, everybody on Saka, because if you leave Sterling in that amount of space, he's definitely more of a threat, more of a problem, and doing a lot more than Martinelli does when he has that same level of freedom. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes Martinelli just has freedom because teams don't actually really believe that he'll do anything, but they won't be able to do that with Sterling. I mean, if they do, then they're gonna find out real quick why you shouldn't do that. And then Havertz up top, yeah, pretty simple. You know, he's our best striker at the moment. I don't care what anyone says. He's our best striker at the moment. I was thinking about maybe Havertz in the 10 because I saw him play it in parts of the second half. No, sorry, he played it the majority of the game in Germany's last game against. Who did they play that they smoked? Who they smoked this team so badly that I forgot who they was. Hungary. It was Hungary, innit? Because it's the team that Szoboszlai plays for. Yo, they got put in a spliff. And I liked some of the stuff that I saw Havertz do. Like, the way he won the penalty, he hit that dribble in the box. Whoa, nutmegging the guy. This is the Havertz that I want to see in the Prem. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, this is what I would go with. And I think this setup is something that can do a job against City as well. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you think in the comments below about all the things I've discussed. The Odegaard injury, FIFA, blood on their hands, Arsenal being culpable for whatever reason. How do you just feel about the Odegaard injury? How long do you think it's going to be out for? How much do you think it will affect us? All of these things. What do you think about the lineup? Something that you would go with? Or what would you try out? Let me know. Comments below. If you made it this far, you're a G. Hit the subscribe button. It means you like me. Don't know. And yeah, I'll catch you next time.